one with him, but he's a tricky horse.
Because when he beat Flooring Porter the last day, he made it. You know, he got that little edge at the start. Remember, it was a controversial start, but he did make it. Let's see what happens here. Richard Pugh.
Racing in the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle, Grade 1 contest, and as they head away in the early stages, Vanillier, who's back over hurdle, is going to take them through the early part, with Gentleman's Game going to make it graze to the 4. Sire de Burley is racing close in behind them in third. Paisley Park is next. Classical Dream is just a little wider out in the course. They landed over flight number 1. Towards the inside, Concertista. Towards the outside, Ashdale Bob racing across now, right across from the grandstand and on towards flight number 2, and it's Gentleman's Game who goes on under Rachel Blackmore from Vanillier and Keith Dunning, who was out of luck in our previous contest with tack issues. Sire de Burley is racing in third, the mount of Mark Walsh, who's won this race twice before. As they land over this one, Concertista's on the inside of Classical Dream. Concertista, the mount of Darryl Jacob, Classical Dream and Paul Townend. In between them is Aidan Coleman aboard Paisley Park, and Ashdale Bob and Robert Power watching on from behind. So they turn now to leave the back straight behind them and go on towards flights 3 and 4, and it is Gentleman's Game, a winner last time. Looked so exciting last year, back to winning ways this year. Vanillier, who has been chasing, he was third over fences at Cheltenham last time. He's back over hurdles, the other part of the winner of last year. They're being chased by Sire de Burley, the Jewel Pertemps winner, a winner at Aintree last time. Then towards the outside is Classical Dream, so impressive at Christmas, waiting to see that spark back again. He won this race last year, did Classical Dream. Patrick Mullins was aboard on that occasion. Paul Townend aboard here. Paul has won it once, that was on Q Vega right back in 2010. Concertista, former Mayor's winner of the Cheltenham Festival, towards the inside, the Mayor in the field. Paisley Park, the 2019 Cheltenham Stayers Hurdle winner, is last but one, and Ashdale Bob, the dual Grade 2 winner, is last of all. So now they begin the turn, bringing them into the straight and on towards flight number 5, and Gentleman's Game out in front by 4 to Vanillier racing in second, a further 2 or 3 back to the third running Sire de Burley, who's towards the inside. Classical Dream is just outside, and further back to Paisley Park. Back of the field is Concertista along with Ashdale Bob. So now they begin to make their way on the approach towards the flight, which will be their 13th and final one next time. Gentleman's Game with the advantage from Vanillier racing in second. Back in third, Classical Dream is over on the near side. Then comes Sire de Burley. Next up is Paisley Park, Concertista, and Ashdale Bob is last to the group. Now the 7 come up to past the stands and past the post for the ultimate time. It is Gentleman's Game. Vanillier, Sire de Burley, Classical Dream settled in 4. Behind these, Paisley Park just in the slipstream of Classical Dream. Down the inside, Concertista, and last of all is Ashdale Bob as they take the rise, bringing them on up now towards flight number 6, and it's Gentleman's Game who sets the pace from in second. Vanillier, Sire de Burley is in company with Classical Dream, and Vanillier is a little awkward over that one. Paisley Park just behind the main pair, and then Concertista and Ashdale Bob is last of the group. Now they turn right-handed, making the way on towards flight number 7, bring them away from the stands, and Gentleman's Game just by a couple of lengths to Vanillier racing in second. In third behind these, Sire de Burley, and they're being followed by Classical Dream on the outside of Paisley Park. Next up, Concertista, and last of all is Ashdale Bob. Taking the descent now to go down towards flight number 8, and it is Gentleman's Game who leads them down from Vanillier racing in second. Towards the inside, Sire de Burley being tracked just outside by Classical Dream. Paisley Park is just in the pocket, and towards the inside is Concertista and Ashdale Bob. Very little change, if any, in the order since the flag has dropped, as Gentleman's Game goes along happily in front for the Mouse Morris team from Vanillier, representing the Gavin Cromwell yard. They're the 1-2. Classical Dreams on the near side of Sire de Burley for the Gordon Elliott team. Mark Walsh and the McManus Silks as always. Paisley Park is just in front of Concertista, who is being pulled up. Something's going to miss with Concertista. We'll pick that up later. Last of all is Ashdale Bob turning into the back straight, and it is Gentleman's Game. Vanillier, Sire de Burley in third. In fourth is Classical Dream, and they're being followed by Paisley Park, and last of all is Ashdale Bob as they go to the 2 flights right across from the stand now. Gentleman's Game still holding the advantage, comes to this one in front of Vanillier, Sire de Burley. Classical Dream is back in third, then comes behind this one Paisley Park and Ashdale Bob. It is all set up as they make their way towards the final flight along the back straight. Gentleman's Game has had it all his own way. Barry, anything to watch coming from behind?
Yeah, no, Gentleman's Game has had his own way. He hasn't gone overly quick. Vanillier and Sire de Burley are nicely positioned, but for me, the one that's going to benefit from this steady pace is the favourite, Classical Dream. He seems more relaxed, he's well positioned. Paisley Park is in a good position too, but will it just turn into too much of a sprint for him?
Well, they turn with just over 5 furlongs and 3 flights ahead of them, and it's tightening up rightly now as Gentleman's Game has Vanillion looming large up on the outside. Ciderburn is stuck on the inside of Classical Dream, and Paisley Park's trying to poke his head through in the centre, and right behind them is Ashdale Bob, not out of it. They come to race towards the third last now, and it's Gentleman's Game. Vanillion has asked for effort. Ciderburn moves through on the inside. Just on these ones outside is Classical Dream. Paisley Park's come under pressure, and Ashdale Bob's going to pick up now as they got a race towards the second last, and the Ladbrokes champion stayer. Gentleman's Game, Vanillier, Sire de Berne right down the inside. Classical Dream, Ashdale Bob is wide. Paisley Park will stay on behind them. Now they turn towards home, 1 flight ahead of them, and Gentleman's Game picks up again. Classical Dream's coming round the outside. Sire de Berne holds the second on the inside. Ashdale Bob's picking up on the outside of Vanillier, and they've gone away from Paisley Park. They turn towards home. Gentleman's Game, Classical Dream, Sire de Berne, and don't run out Ashdale Bob the near side, but Classical Dream goes strongly in the centre. Gentleman's Game's trying hard the far side. Sire de Berne, and over on the near side Ashdale Bob. Now Classical Dream's asked to go forward. Ashdale Bob, Sire de Berne, and Gentleman's Game all behind now. It's Classical Dream to the last. He's over from Ashdale Bob in second. Gentleman's Game is third, but in the closing stages it's Classical Dream has been pushed away from his staying on. Ashdale Bob, Classical Dream needs the line. Ashdale Bob is staying on strongly. Back to back Ladbrokes, it goes to Classical Dream for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. Back in second is Ashdale Bob. In third was Gentleman's Game, and they were followed in 4 by Sire de Berne. Paisley Park was 5, and Vanillier was 6. Well, Classical Dream has done what Derry Moore did in 96, what Vega did in 2011. He has won back-to-backs, Ladbrokes champion stayers. He's right back in form.
Yeah, he is back on form, travelling an awful lot better. What do you think of that, Jane Mangan?
I was so simple, Paul Townend. He was a little bit keen in his hands, but the slow pace really accentuated his chances. It was also smooth through the run, Barry Gertie. He didn't do an awful lot wrong today.
No, it was very easy for Paul. He was much more relaxed today. Just travelled, jumped, crept, and produced him. Only let him down at the last to go and win. Ashdale Bob, who ran a cracker in Cheltenham, backed it up with a great run, and he ran on strongly to be second. We're with Katie now, has Paul. To be honest.
Paul, that was absolutely brilliant. He really operates around here, and you must have been licking your lips with the gallop, though, weren't you?
Yeah, look, he got out of bed the right side this morning. I think everything went right for him. Behaved himself beautifully throughout the race and prelims, and here plays all his strengths, I think, you know.
Yeah, he operates well around here. He ran well in Cheltenham too, but just finds him out, doesn't it, the hill, where a shorter run in here. With the gallop that they went, though, you must have been... Could you believe it, really?
No, I suppose they have to ride their horses to their strengths as well, you know. And we thought it might happen going out. We'd go and counting our chickens, and you make plan A, B, C and D with this horse, because he probably tells you what you're actually doing with him, as we've seen in Leopardstown.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's a very classy horse. I know he's not the easiest to train, and he's definitely not the easiest to ride, but he, as you said, he got out of bed on the right side this morning, and he was at his tip-top best. But you needed the line because Puppy was coming at you. Could you hear him?
I definitely could, and I didn't dare have a look to see who it was, but I had a fair idea Puppy was going to be stalking me around from where we lined up, and no, I thought I was doing enough the whole way to the line. You know, I don't know if he was actually going to get by me at any stage. Even when we went by it, I held him all the way up here, you know.
What about Blue Lord? Looking forward to him?
Yeah, the race has changed a lot with Gentleman to Me coming out. So, look, we're a grade 1 winner, and it's one of Willie's in Punchestown, so you have to be confident with him.
Without doubt.
Yeah.
What about Puppy?
Yeah, it was about time, wasn't it? No, fair play to him. He's put in a fair shift, and you know, more power to him. He's struggled with injuries lately, and I suppose it's from the lads I started with. I'm starting to feel old in there now, especially when he's gone.
Yeah, we're sure he's been great.
Yeah, look, he's had a wonderful career, and if a lot of people could do half what he's done, they'd have good careers.
What's that, Bob?
Thanks.
Best luck.